Is there an underlying link between Really Robin and Kenny Veach? Could social media, the presence and influence of resistance, and certain people saying certain stuff, did it impact both Kenny and Robin? And that's what led to their disappearances?
Welcome. In this brief video, similar to the remnants of Really Robin's footage, I'll be doing the same with one of his comments, sharing it with you. Now, some of you may have already seen it, others may have not. Not exactly easy to find, and you wouldn't know where to look. Now, there may be comments elsewhere, but I don't know where to look. He did leave a few comments on his channel, but obviously his videos are now gone. He did leave comments on some of my previous videos, but I can't remember which ones, and I've not found any of his comments yet. I might be correct in thinking he deleted those comments, possibly, because I remember when I did a previous video of Robin in the past, I'm sure I said something about I cannot find what he originally said, and I was just quoting on what he said at the time. Nevertheless, I have found a comment by Robin. So it's located on Night Terror's YouTube channel, titled The M Cave, found by Kenny Veach. We go in the comment section. There you go, axe. You might be thinking, how's this Robin? Well, you look at the background, you look at the channel, like I've previously showed you. But there you go, Robin Albatross. So that didn't change, so you know it's him. But let me just read to you the comment. 11 months ago. Hello, I live in Nevada, and I went searching for Kenny. After 6 years, the mystery has been solved, and I have the video up on my channel. Now, as you remember, I showed you, you may have seen it yourself, bits of footage from those videos. Part 1 of Robin reading from that script, sounding a bit shaky and nervous. And then the other one being the interview with that ex-law enforcement or law enforcement guy, which Sean knew about. Now, aside from that, there isn't too much to the comment, but what I'm going to put forwards now is the possibility that one of the reasons to why Robin disappeared may be because of the comments and replies he received, not just in this comment thread, but on his channel as well, because although you can't see his videos anymore, he did have quite a high dislike to like ratio. There was a lot of dislikes on his videos, and that was one of the reasons to why he disabled the comment section. So we have a little look at the replies from Robin's comment, and I'm not going to read them out, you can yourself, but basically there seems to be a few people that didn't like what Robin did, the comment he left and the content he produced. Some people defended him, maybe because they were fans of Robin and whatnot. Some people believed Robin was making a mockery out of the disappearance case by bringing in demons and all kinds of paranormal stuff, like it was an insult to Kenny and the family impacted. And I think other people just didn't like, what would you call it? I'm not quite sure, the clickbait in terms of the comment, the titles of the videos, the way he was saying it's been solved, but really it hasn't. You know what I mean? In my opinion, when I saw it at the time, when I saw Robin's comment before he uploaded the videos, I was like, oh, well, this seems interesting. You know, at the time when he seemed somewhat normal, I was thinking maybe he is being serious. Maybe he does have something or has found something because, you know, he was out there, he hiked, so he had some kind of stuff behind him to prove that he's been out there and he's been involved. But to be honest, when the videos were actually released and you saw the titles of them, part 1, part 2, it's been solved. When you actually watched the videos, it didn't really say anything or prove anything with proper evidence to demonstrate why it's been solved. And that was the issue there. So yes, his titles were definitely misleading. I can understand why people got annoyed and people weren't so pleased. Do I think it warrants the possible responses he got? I guess it was kind of unnecessary. I can't really talk too much because comments I've received over time, I've never really been in that situation, so I don't know what it's really like. But there's always time for it. But the link I'm going to make, and you can see it on screen just above, just a little screenshot of Snakebit McGee's comment. As you know, the comment was deleted, no longer available. That is still a mystery itself. Who and what deleted it and why? There was nothing wrong with it. But as you read through it, part of it says about, I dare any of the people that like to run their mouths on here to join my hikes. That was in response, supposedly, to people that were doubting him, insulting him, teasing him, doing all the typical type of stuff what people would do online. Nothing new there. But I guess maybe some people pushed it more than others. I'm not quite sure myself because I didn't read the original comments back then or the replies. Maybe some of you viewers did and you can remember. But yes, if people were being negative, maybe that's what either peer pressured Kenny Veach into doing what he did. Whether it slightly impacted his mindset or focus, that kind of urgency, being rushed, being forced to go out there to prove it, rather than in his own time, might have impacted to why he couldn't find it or so. But then again, as we saw in that video he did originally, he didn't find it. But I'm just trying to think. I think that video was made after the comment. And he said he was going to go back out and find it, and he didn't. And then he went out again and then disappeared. So yes, it would make sense to why he may have not found it in that video on his channel, because it was after the comments pushing him to go out there. And maybe he wasn't in the same mindset, same focus. Sometimes when you're... This is a key thing to remember. It's hard to accept, but sometimes when you really want to find something, someone, it just doesn't happen. The times when you've given up, lost hope, or just don't think about it, that's when things start to happen. And I think in Kenny Veach's case, originally he was just hiking out there like he normally does, normal. And then he stumbled across the M cave. But because he didn't fully explore, you never knew. But after the comments online, forcing him to go back out there, and maybe just in his own mindset, he wants to prove it. He wants to find it for himself. He wants to explore because he knew he didn't in the first place. He's very focused in finding it, but he didn't. Either because he wasn't as focused, may have not been thinking as straight as originally, or it's just that sense of how I said, you want something or you wish something could happen and it doesn't. It's only when you're not expecting it, and that might have been with the M cave itself. So that's one way of looking at it. We link that onto Robin. Well, Robin may have wanted or been really involved in the mystery. I'm not fully too sure about that because I know so much about him. But maybe he was determined as well. Now, the big contrast, though, is even though both have in a way, disappeared. Robin has moved away from, I guess, social media, from people, because he didn't like the comments and the negativity. I think I may have even got a reply about that in that Q&A video I did, possibly. So I think the reason why Robin, part of it, why he at least disabled the comments and maybe deleted some of his comments, is mainly down to the responses he got from people, which were negative. And you could even argue that the reason why those videos were deleted, the latest and last ones, part 1, part 2, mystery solved, is because of the dislikes and I guess maybe the negativity he was getting on his channel. He realised it wasn't working, or it wasn't going to go to plan, so to stop all that and all the comments, just delete the videos and then it's over and done with. That's one way to explain it. I think the idea of him just going completely off social media and online, there's another reason, a deeper reason, and that could be to do with the religion, the spirituality, that part. But I think half of why his content was removed or hidden and the comments was because of replies by people like some of these, and maybe more and much worse on his channel at the time. So there is similarities between Robin and Kenny Veach when it comes to the replies they got. An interesting comparison to make: 6 years beforehand, Kenny Veach pops up and publicly announces some mysterious thing he found and receives negativity, and then whatever happens to him. 6 years later, another individual publicly announces solving a mystery within a mystery, which is Kenny's disappearance, and also receives negativity. Another similarity to make is both Kenny and Robin, at the time of stating what they found, what they've seen, there's no real hard evidence on either side to prove their points. Kenny never found the M cave. He said he did, but he has no pictures, no videos, nothing. So some people will doubt him. Some people will be skeptical. And with Robin said he solved it. It's demons, it's that. But there's no pictures, there's no real hard evidence to prove that that's what it was. Aside from that eyewitness thing, which could be very biased, or something dodgy about that, like how Sean was talking. There's no real hard evidence, so more people will be skeptical and doubt that. So there's many crossovers and many similarities. But I just wanted to cover this comment because maybe some of you have not seen it, and maybe others can find more, if there is any more. So that's it for now. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.